Okay, the second part of our session after we've done our technical work will be twofold. I'll break this down to give you an example. So what we have here is basically a square of about 8 meters by 8 meters. We've got the blues, 1, 2 and 3 in the corners, and then number 1, the yellow, is a defender. Their job is to try and close the ball down, and then in this position, if 2 is the ball, then it will be up to 3 to try and make sure that he gets across to the corner. And we must watch out that the players get there early and have a good body shape. We don't want a closed body shape like this because it's limiting the player's ability to be able to play passes to that side. So what we're looking as well then is that good movement, and we also want this player on the ball, number 2, to time when he should be passing the ball as this player comes to him. If he comes too close, he's going to get a touch on the ball and lose possession. This player's objective is just to get a touch on the ball. So what we want him to do is to relax on the ball and make sure he makes the pass. The 2 makes the pass before 1 gets too close, but not passing it too early. So if he passes it too early, and when the player's there, that then decreases this distance and allows the number 1 to close number 3 down much quicker than he would if, for instance, number 1 was in this position. That then increases the distance that number 1 has to run to get to there. Obviously, we want to make sure that we don't leave it too late, like I said, and he gets closed down too much and gets a touch. So it's making the decision. The players make the decision when they're on the ball, and always making sure that third man is running. So if this ball is passed to this position and he starts to come to close it down, then 1 should already be on his way as soon as he sees that pass being made with his body shape open, so that he can make the pass that way or that way should he receive the ball. So once we do that, the ball should be moving around the grid with the players moving constantly. 1 will be chasing the ball. To stop 1 getting really tired out too quickly, if he doesn't get a touch, the outside players have to create 10 passes. If they can create 10 passes between themselves around the edge of the group, the square, then the person who makes the 10th pass changes with the person on the outside and they become the defender. One other thing that we should watch out for as well when we're doing this is that the players don't make bad passes. Passes this direction or off here are not going to be suitable. They're not good enough, and if a player makes a bad pass, even if this player was to move and get to that, they're not allowed to move. They need to stay on the cone. If it's a bad pass in that direction, then we should be saying, okay, a bad pass, you go into the middle and the yellow player comes out, and we can change them over. Okay, that would be for that particular drill, and we'll get them all working in a group together. The next session that we'll be doing, then moving on to when we've got them all being good at that, is a little 4v4, internal 4v4 with goalkeepers on the outside. So you have the blues here 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 playing against the yellows 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And basically the objective is the goalkeeper stays inside his area and he has to try and play the ball to the yellow players, and the yellow players must try to pass between each other and get the ball to the other end, while at the same time obviously blues are doing the same thing, receiving the ball, passing between each other, getting the ball back and forward and then putting it into the opposite end. So the players should then be trying to work their way through each other in the grid and keeping possession of the ball and plenty of interchanging of positions. It's related to the last topic, except they're giving them more freedom now, spatial awareness, where's the space on the pitch in a sort of small-sided game. And again, body shape is important because the players move They need to make sure that they're in a position to receive the ball, but also in a position to be able to play it forward. So if this player receives the ball, his body position's got to be good enough that if he's there, he can receive the ball here and still pass the ball to 8. But if he happens to be closed down later on, we can play that. But initially, we're just playing through each other. Then what happens is we take a ball out and we play a little game then, and the players should be dropping off. And what we're looking as well is every time the ball reaches the end zone. So for instance, if these guys get the ball, move between them and get it down to this end, then somebody changes with the goalkeeper. So this player may come in here and 2 will come out. And we want the players also, as well as that, then changing positions with each other. So they're playing in this diamond shape that you can see here that they're all playing in. Like that. And rotating with each other, because this is part of the objective that we're trying to change for later on. So what we'll do from here then is we will let them play. If a team wins the ball, so let's say we're playing out here, Blues playing out, Yellows are closing down, Blues are trying to play into space, he's closing down, he plays it to here, 5 comes across, 6 comes across, to close down, and the ball goes out of play off a yellow. It's still a blue ball, so it starts off with the blue goalkeeper. So this is why we have a number of balls sitting beside the goalkeeper that he's able to start play straight away, and the coaches can pick up these spare balls that go on the outside. So we'll let that have a go. We'll let the players have the decision making. We'll let them make the mistakes. If we see them doing something well, we'll reward that, and they'll start to get used to this interchanging of positions and being good on the ball and not giving the ball away. And that will be the last part of the session before we go into playing a small-sided game at the end.